Guemchi, I believe, lost in that he put down Observatory, while on the opposite side, I believe SangHo did not. So there was a little bit of extra resources that he could have spent better for himself. Now they're just both going to be putting down a crap load of pylons, getting a crap load of probes out. SangHo actually has a pylon in the upper right-hand position. If he decides to play sneaky and manages to sneak a probe there, I don't think he's going to try to do that, though, because he really has to save up his forces. If he does decide to do that, he might actually really use them well, though. At this point, Guemchi is deciding to push his former base. His former natural is going to take the high ground, does have a shuttle, and actually the forces here are going to start engaging. There are observers on both sides. Never mind what I said earlier. Reaver's coming up for both sides. Guemchi going to attack with his Reaver, getting in very close. Oh man, Scarab Chef's going off on both sides. SangHo losing more forces, though. We're going to see when he manages to come back with his own Reaver, gets a Scarab off, losing even more Dragoons. One more Scarab goes off, hits a Dragoon, but all in all, he's still losing way too many forces, trying to push Guemchi back. He still has Reaver in play. Scarab is the last Dragoon, one Dragoon on each side, and Dragoon! Oh my god! SangHo! All the Dragoons go down! And now just Reavers and shuttles in play. This is an absolute crazy PvP going on here. Now we're going to see the probes being pulled off the line to try to engage. Sure, the probes instantly go down. SangHo now just going to have to run his probes around separately, trying to build more and try to stay alive. Oh man, I think he might lose this last probe here. Another Scarab going to go off, try to get it, and it does. And it does. And Guemchi, oh man, Guemchi doesn't have any SangHo doesn't have any probes. Oh, Guemchi does, but now SangHo's going to do exactly the same thing on Guemchi's side. Going to take one probe at a time. Oh man, I think Guemchi pulled several of his probes away, trying to keep them alive. Both players looking a little bit nervous. Dragoon in play there for SangHo, going inside of Guemchi's base because there's absolutely nothing to defend. I didn't even see that one single lone goon might actually be the deciding factor, because SangHo effectively does have one extra force on the ground, does have the Reaver in the shuttle, and he has one Dragoon. While on the opposite side, Guemchi has nothing but a probe that's, well, two probes that are not mining, and no production buildings, and a shuttle with Reaver, and it's all come down to whether he wants to risk that or not. He's going to have to use his probes, I assume. I assume he has enough to build more probes. Really hoping for his sake anyway, but he's going to have to use his probes as some sort of blocking force. He's going to send his Reaver down. He's going to try to take that Dragoon. I've managed to take the Dragoon. One Scarab does hit the Dragoon, though. Dragoon's going to be forced to push back. SangHo desperately has to keep the Dragoon alive. Puts down his Reaver instantly. Just comes down to who managed to take each other's down. If Guemchi loses that shuttle or that Reaver, it's going to be a toast. Oh, a couple of too many shots on the shuttle there. Did manage to get a Scarab out, and gets hit by her own Scarab of SangHo's Scarab. And I'm saying Scarab too much. More Scarab going off from Guemchi, but does not manage to hit anything. Of course, very good in that a Reaver and a Dragoon will fit inside of a shuttle. I think actually Guemchi sent one of his probes right behind SangHo's base, natural expansion. We're going to see what actually tries to do something funky. I'm not quite sure if he has the resources for it. Guemchi only had like 4 probes mining at that point. Again, going to go for Reaver, try to get that Dragoon from range, but no go. No go. He's just wasting Scarabs, wasting resources. That's what you want to do. You want to make the other guy waste resources. Of course, every time you have to pay for your Scarabs. Scarabs ain't free. And that's also one huge advantage that SangHo has, is that he has that Dragoon, and the Dragoon can just, as long as it stays alive, it can fire as much as you want, do as much as you want. Now he's just microing his Dragoon with his shuttle, getting random shots off at the Nexus, just trying to make sure he's safe, just trying to make sure he has visibility of the other shuttle. I mean, at this point, it's kind of a drawn-out game, but it's still absolutely insane. Oh, man, Guemchi going to go for yet another attack with a Reaver. He's microing both those together. It's just freaking funky at this point. While SangHo actually just continues microing Guden on trying to take out the other Nexus. We're going to see the first person mule. Let's see how many minerals that is. I can't quite spot. That's either 41 or 91. If it's 41, that's bad. It's very bad. Very, very bad for Guemchi. Just trying desperately micro his shuttle around. Does have a couple probes. He has a probe inside of SangHo's base attacking the pylon. I assume neither player has resources, because SangHo would have been building probes at this point, because he's basically forcing Guemchi to stay inside his base. He would have been producing probes to mine. But seeing as he's not actually doing that, neither player assume has the resources to really do anything. If Guemchi does have the resources to build at least one probe, he does have 2 probes alive, and if he has the resources to build another one, even if he doesn't, he'll still stay alive as long as he manages to clear the position, get his probes into mining. But for now, he's just running around slowly but surely killing pylons with probes, while SangHo's just sitting around, still microing that goon, and Reaver just slowly attacking the Nexus, and the Nexus is taking serious amounts of fire at the point that Guemchi is going to be forced to try to do something. Yet another mess. Oh, Guemchi might almost lose, very close to losing. There's Reaver there, and he's taking absolute constant hits on that Nexus. And the Nexus, the way it looks like now, the Nexus might actually go down. The Nexus is only a couple of shots away from death, and the Nexus goes down, and that will be game, I assume. Very close to again. The Nexus go down. That means no production ever again for Guemchi, but he still has a shot if he decides to go for elimination. We're going to see what he decides to go for. Still flying with that shuttle around. Of course, he has recharged his shields pretty well, so he's still attacking pylons on both sides with probes. Almost killed the pylon on the upper right. Still attacking the pylon side of Guemchi's main. As Guemchi doesn't have any mining either. Both players just running around with the shuttles. This is absolutely insane. This is pretty much an absolute nothing but micro battle. Now the probe has gone inside the shuttle, possibly to act as a sort of something to take a shot, basically, kind of like a semi-zealot bomb. Only, well, you know what I mean. Just as a decoy to take one Scarab, perhaps. See, Pylon almost did manage to get killed, but with the Dragoon and Reaver inside, it's not going to happen. And there's an Observer in play. An Observer. Okay, so SangHo did have enough. Does produce a probe now, so at the very least he's going to be able to produce more Scarabs, and he actually has saved up a lot on Scarabs just with a Dragoon in play. An Observer in play, though, on the upside for Guemchi, but he's not going to be able to produce anything. He's not going to be able to build. His probes are worthless at this point. And yeah, that one more probe. Oh, he's actually going to take the probe inside the shuttle. He's going to desperately protect that one probe. SangHo knows if he manages to protect that probe, manages to protect the force, he's going to be in a pretty good position. He still has that Reaver inside. If he manages to go and finish off the Reaver of Guemchi's, that is going to be game, but it's just kind of funny to see this insanely intensive battle from the players. Both players playing insanely careful, knowing that one slight misstep will lose them the game. SangHo does have a more damaged shuttle, but it does have full shields. And the Reaver of Guemchi is not going to go for it. We're going to see what he decides to make his target. Actually attacks the Nexus. Going to get one more Scarab off, and that's not going to hit anything. Yeah, just going to bounce up against the mineral line. Oh, man, just Guemchi's been using up way too many Scarabs, and as soon as he runs out of minerals to make Scarabs, that's going to be GG for him. Even if he, Reaver is absolutely worthless unless it has Scarabs. Now he's actually going to go for it. Oh, dropped his probe once. Getting a lot of shots on that shuttle. Finally going to fly it away. But yeah, Reaver without Scarabs is... I can't think of a pun. A Reaver without Scarabs is like a tampon in a car crash. There you go. Absolutely worthless. So let's see here. Gonna go for it yet again. Reaver coming in. Very close. Gonna get one. Oh, almost managed to get a Scarab up on the Dragoon. Dragoon gonna get one more free shot on that shuttle. Still one Scarab in play for Guemchi. Still has one more Scarab. One single Scarab and nothing else. That's probably his last Scarab. He's desperately trying to have the Scarab. He has his two probes inside. Gonna get Scarab. Gonna get his Reaver shot at. And gonna lose his Reaver. And GG. And SangHo takes it. Wow, that was a weird PvP that went into weird locations and made me talk about tampons. Dude, the Stars have a new uniform. Weird. But, yeah, that's just a little bit of basically a little bit of a look-see here. Just me killing a little bit of time. I'm kind of finally stopped working like a maniac. But so far I'm still just mostly commentating MSL. And I'm going to try to get into some Let's Playing again as soon as MSL is done and over with. So it's very close. Only a couple of weeks. Let's see. Pro League's done. OSL is very shortly away, just like a week away, and MSL is a week and a half away from being done. So, and after that, break time. Whoa. What are us commentators to do? Oh, no. So, I hope you enjoyed that little snippet, requested match. Sorry if it wasn't as professional as my usual commentaries. Oh, my God. So, GG guys, ranching out. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you at the MSL.